And we are back with more Elden Ring. Today I'm going to show you how to destroy Margit, however you say it. It took me about a minute to defeat him using this method. Right after this clip, I'm going to break down most of his attacks so you'll know exactly what he's going to do and be ready. This method that I'm using right here is based on the fact that he is very easily staggered. I noticed that he got staggered every time I hit him in quick succession with 3 unsheath attacks. With the help of Margit Shackle, I was able to keep him stun locked for most of the fight until he basically had very little HP left. You can only use Margit Shackle in the first phase of the fight, but using this method, I was able to extend the duration that the item was usable and essentially turn the fight around to my favor. I'm using a brand new character in this clip. I am playing as a wretch. I have 10s across the board for my stats, except for 1 point into strength and 5 points into dexterity, just so I can use the Uji Katana for this fight. At this point, we basically failed this Omen. Now I'm going to break down his attacks and how to dodge most of them. If you're enjoying this video, consider subscribing. I've got a few more of these videos on the way, but let's get back to the video and break down his attacks. If you're at a very far distance from him, he's very likely to throw 2 golden daggers at you. They can be dodged very easily by moving side to side. I'd avoid running in one direction. It's a very narrow battlefield. If you see him running at you, he's very likely to do this jumping attack, which is very easily avoided. Just circle around him and you'll have an opportunity when he lands to get in a few free attacks. The next attack we'll look at will be the tail whip. He only does this attack if you're behind him. He'll step forward on his right side, drop his tail, and bring it back down and around. Dodge midway through the animation and you will be okay. This next attack he does mostly if you approach him on the right hand side, the side wielding the sword. So I tend to favor his offhand side. This attack comes out very fast, so be prepared if you're ever on that side. The next attack is one of my favorites. It's very easy to avoid this overhand swing that he does. Essentially, if you stand anywhere on his left side or behind him, you won't get hit. This attack is very punishable, so just make sure that you position yourself well and get in a few attacks during this. I always make sure that I move towards him during this attack, because if you don't, it kind of becomes twice as worse. He'll essentially follow up with 2 attacks, and you'll be very out of position to follow up with anything of your own. The next attack to look out for is going to be this double slash from his offhand. If you're standing near that side of him, he's very likely to do this, and he can follow it up with many different attacks. This is why I prefer to stand behind him and deal with the tail whip. It's kind of a one and done. During phase 2 of this attack, it kind of evolves and becomes even more dangerous, and the only way I found to safely get away from it is to actually roll away. Anything toward him or diagonal, you will get hit. And the final attack that I'm going to go over is going to be his phase 2 giant hammer attack. You'll see him summon the hammer and he'll jump, and you basically want to dodge when he's coming down. Now he comes down like stupid quick, way faster than he goes up. So just be prepared and dodge at him when he's coming down. That's going to be it for Margit's attack patterns. Now I'll go over how to actually get Margit Shackle from Murkwater Cave. Before you can even enter Murkwater Cave, you need to defeat Bloody Finger Nerijus, I think is how you say it. He has extremely quick attacks and is a very fast character. I was able to get away from him just by essentially running circles and dodging his attacks. Maybe 30 seconds or 20 seconds into this fight, Yura will show up and help you. If you can hold out until then, this fight should be in the bag. Just make sure you stay on your guard and help Yura out. Yura can be defeated, and if you don't know what to do, then you're going to be quickly defeated afterwards. Once you defeat Nerijus, you're going to make your way into the cave, and you're going to have to defeat Patches next. Patches has a very heavy shield, a large one at that, and it will block most attacks with very little effort. With that in mind, I basically kept my distance and kept rotating until he basically left an opening for me to attack. He does this like smoke powder breath thing, whatever, and you can get a backstab in if you're fast enough, or just get in a quick jump attack and just keep doing that over and over and over. Once you beat Patches, he'll become a vendor and sell you Margit Shackle. You can either fast travel somewhere else and come back, or you can just quit out the game and continue right here and he'll be a vendor ready for you to sell. Margit Shackle does cost 5,000 runes. That's going to be it for this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to this point, consider subscribing. Once again, I've got more coming. See you next time.